Hey guys, what's going on? Second time recording this. I just tried to record this. Anyways, um, I checked out a movie on Netflix called 8 Mile. If you've never heard of it, it's the movie with Eminem, Brittany Murphy, Kim Basinger, Mekhi Phifer. Eminem plays, I think it's Jimmy Smith Jr. Rabbit. His nickname's Rabbit. They call him B Rabbit when he's doing his battle raps. Um, and then there's Kim Basinger plays his mom. Mekhi Phifer plays Future, and who's the other one I said? Brittany Murphy. She plays. What did she play? Alex. Yeah, I think she plays. It's kind of like she's kind of like a model, kind of breaking in from the area, or she's not from the area. She's from somewhere else. But I don't know if she's from New York or something like that. I can't remember. But anyways, it's a really, really good movie, and I remember. But I do a little. The way I got to this movie though is I have a randomizer now, and I put genres in there, and I select it. And this time, this is going to be the way I do it from now on. Is that I do that. I pick 5 movies, and it has to be something I've never seen, or I'm trying to think what the yeah, I think it's something I haven't seen. There's a few movies I know it landed like on Jaws, and I'd already seen it. I don't think I've reviewed it, but I did kind of select to pass over that. I think I have reviewed it on the channel though, but I put it on my list, and then I hit random. 8 Mile came up, of course. Why wouldn't it? I was hoping it would be something else, but 8 Mile came up. So I watched 8 Mile. So next time I'm going to do the genre randomizer. Pick a genre, add 5 more movies, and see what I get next time. Maybe I might get another drama. I might get one of the newer movies I added. So be kind of interesting, and the movies will stay on the list. And then if I go to a movie and it's not on Netflix anymore, then I'll just delete it, move on, check another one. So kind of the new way to pick a movie to watch. Because sometimes I just don't know what to watch. And that's a problem. That takes me forever. And then finally I just say give up and go back to YouTube, and then I don't even watch a movie. But the movie's really, really good. You know, it starts out with him, you know, in the factory. Was he in the factory? Oh no, he's rapping. He's getting ready to do battle rap, and he basically just stage fright, and just can't rap at all. And he gets booed out of the building, and he goes. He's having a rough time with his friends, and there's also some guy. He looks familiar, like he was famous in some other TV shows too. He plays Wink. He plays this Wink character. And he's kind of a guy that's trying to be like a hype guy and stuff like that. And supposedly, like, he has links to these big time rappers, and found like this big rapper that this label really, really liked, and they signed him to a record deal and all this other stuff. So there's like an underlying like story with that all throughout the movie, and it kind of culminates with the Alex character kind of being somewhat involved with them, and Rabbit catches them and stuff like that. So I'm not like I said, I'm kind of giving stuff away, but this movie's been out a while, and it's something that it's not really going to come as a surprise to you. I kind of thought it happened. I forgot it happened, but when I saw like earlier things, I kind of wondered if he was trying to use her to get to Rabbit, which ends up not being the case. But I don't really know. I think there's a lot of deeper things you can kind of look into it and kind of figure maybe Alex is kind of someone they used to try and get the Rabbit or something, and tried to get him to sign a deal or something. Sorry, got a little crazy. A second ago I hit the button and I had to re-record the whole video again. That was really nice. So I'm gonna try not to hit that button. Anyways, so yeah, 8 Mile's a really, really good movie though. It's basically about Rabbit, battle rapping, and he finally gets to do it. And the guy that keeps on winning, at the show, gets basically embarrassed by Rabbit, by the end of the movie. And it's like really, really cool. I can tell you everything that happens, but you definitely want to check it out. It is on Netflix right now. Definitely worth it. I mean, you could find a DVD pretty easily out in the wild. Out at Goodwill, you may come across it, even at a DVD store, rental store, or not a rental store, but like pawn shop and stuff like that. You'll probably find the movie. People bought it up like crazy, and I think it was like, was it like a Black Friday thing? I think actually it was on Black Friday this year. I think it was in one of the bins this year, and you could probably find it in the $5 bin every once in a while at Walmart. That might have been something else I seen too. I remember like a long time ago they had 8 Mile and might have been Narc. Something was in a 2 pack with it. I can't remember what it was. I remember a long time ago it was 8 Mile. Like 8 Mile had been out a while. It had been out probably about 10 years, and now it's almost. I mean, it's probably 2000 when it came out, so it's pretty old. Because Eminem was still pretty young, and he had just hit. I think he hadn't released the was it Square Dance song, that one. He hadn't released that yet. If you know Eminem, you know what I'm talking about, Square Dance song. I don't think he had even released that yet. This movie came out. He had Lose It. He blew up. Like he went beyond. Man, he was like hugely mainstream by this point, and then his music kind of started. He released the Eminem Show. I think that's what the name of the album was. It was really really good, but then past that, it just kind of kept getting worse and worse as he went along. And I was not really a fan of him too much now. He's good. I respect that he's good, but the movie just it was okay. I don't think it's anything like to go, hey, you should really check this out. But if you happen to see it like on Netflix and have a night, you want to check it out, it's definitely worth watching. It's interesting. And it kind of shows like, I mean, I'm sure there's places like this out there in New York and California. I'm sure there's places like this where people battle rap and stuff like that. So, I'm sure it's probably bigger than this though, or smaller than that, and I'm sure they're not as nice in this movie, because they're actually pretty nice in this movie. I'm sure they're all like N-word every freaking second and stuff in these places, but you can only imagine. And it's kind of a heavy black movie, and I'm not against that, but sometimes when you hear the N-word like multiple times, it's kind of like, okay, really? And it just kind of gets to a point where maybe it's a little too much. And then a lot of kind of like fighting and bullying and things like that in this movie, and it's just way out there. So I mean, like I said, ultimately, you should check it out. It's a decent movie. It's not the greatest, but it does have Eminem in it, and he did really really good acting job in it. I think he was pretty good at what he did. Mekhi Phifer's in it. Weird like Jamaican wig on or something. I don't know what's going on. And Brittany, like I said, Brittany Murphy, she looks like a dirty blonde in this movie, and she looks like something you would probably get a venereal disease from in this movie. But she still looks good. Like I said, she passed away. If you didn't know, I don't know if I talked about that in the other one. I accidentally deleted or accidentally stopped or whatever. Yeah, Brittany Murphy is no longer with us. She passed away. She was in something else. I know she was in Just Married, and then she was in a couple other movies past that were pretty decently popular at the time. Oh, I think she was in one of the last movies she was in was I keep trying to think of what that movie is called. I see the movie poster and everything, but I cannot remember what it is. But there's a creepy quote from it, from a little girl, and I can't remember what it is. But I think it's her little sister gets kidnapped. It's a movie like that, and it came out about 2 or 3 years after 8 Mile. And I think it was around 5 years, and after 2 years after 8 Miles, when Just Married came out, and she was in that movie with Ashton Kutcher, and she was a decent actress. She did a lot of good stuff. Wasn't like an overly like, wow, she's an amazing actress. No, but she did some decent movies. I mean, she could have did some great things, I think, if she would have lived a little longer. But I think she had demons, drugs, got heavily involved with them, and just kind of overwhelmed her. I don't know if she committed suicide, or I think she may have overdosed. I don't really remember. But I'm pretty sure it had something to do with drugs, and I remember that being the case. Um, but I remember it was kind of, I think it was before Heath Ledger. Yeah, I think she did. Something happened to her because I remember, and then like a few years later, Heath Ledger died, and it kind of because people were talking about Brittany Murphy for a while when she passed, about how it's saddening that she could have went on to do different things, and Heath Ledger, of course, passed away right, soon after the Dark Knight was released, and pretty unbelievable. And people kind of bypassed Brittany Murphy and stopped talking about her, start talking about Heath Ledger, and ever since then, they've been talking about him. So, sometimes people leave a lasting legacy behind, and they may not have to be. I mean, if you want to talk about somebody who really wasn't in anything else that was super popular, Brandon Lee from The Crow has been always talked about since he made that movie. And Brittany Murphy, like I said, she hasn't really been in any memorable movies, really, but she's been in decent movies, and people will watch those movies and wonder who she was and things like that, and then they'll look her up and see if she passed away. It was like, what the hell happened? And she's a very attractive lady. You thought it would have been something to do with that. She passed away, but no, I think it was like drugs or something like that. So maybe I'll let you know like in a vlog or something if I do that. But a bunch of crap happened to me in my life this past week. Just a lot of stuff. So I apologize for the videos not being like at 10. I try and get them around like 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock is when I try and get them uploaded. But my wife was in the hospital last night, so everything got kind of messed up, and my car is broken down. There's so much stuff going on right now. It's say, oh, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, head up to bed. Hope you guys enjoyed this little movie review. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about 8 Mile if you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Netflix. It's currently available at this time of uploading this video. Yeah, keep rocking. Keep on watching Netflix movies. Later.